Okay, hi, I'm about to get on my call. Do not always step down and know I'm about to get on the call.
Welcome, everybody. Vicki Link here, and just wanted to say, excited to have you here for this live stream class. I would go ahead and grab a notebook, get a pen, because you'll be taking some notes. You'll hear some what I call uncommon thinking that is not the traditional stuff. So just to start out, grab a couple things you can take notes, and then go on down to your chat. And I'd love everybody to make sure that you have your chat set to everyone rather than hosts and panels. So we do a lot of engaging here. We don't like to get bored. If we do, we'll probably hang up early. So hi, Renee May, and tell us where you're from. If you're just popping in, tell us where you're from, and especially if this is your first time here in one of her live streams. So pop in and tell me where you're from. I'm over here in Northern California. And let me know where you're from. And then secondly, I'm going to ask a few questions to get the ball rolling. One of them is, how long have you been in the industry overall? So if it's 20 years, 5 years, and I do not mean one company, it just means the history of your trying to market something and make it work. So I want to see who's been here in the industry the longest. And I will tell you what my number is when you're done. So tell, and I'll wait for a couple of responses first. I see you, Alex, there. Let me see who else is here that's being quiet. So everybody pop in and say hi, where you're from, and tell me how long you've been in the industry overall. So good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And let me see who else we got here. So David, oh good, we just spoke yesterday. So you've got to tell where you're from. Barbara, the rest of you, Fred. And how long have you been in the industry trying to make it work for you? So this topic should be kind of fun. If you've never built a business like this, or you have and it crashed and burned, or you've been in it 20 years and you're embarrassed because you could never make it lift off, or whatever your story is, it's quite an interesting industry anyhow. So most of you are probably in network marketing, or you're in some kind of marketing of some sort. So tell. Jeff, good to have you. How long have you been in your company or overall history? You never built a team, but how long have you been in playing around? 14, 15 months. Okay, from Denmark. Martin, yeah, 14, 15, 20 years. Okay, and you're now starting over. Is that what you're doing, Jeff? New company? And while you're popping in, tell me how long. I want to know also, if you're brand new in the industry, you've never built anything, you never even tried to. So that's what we want to know. Okay, second question. If you could figure out what it is, Jeff, in your case, or anybody else that's been at it a while, if you're brand new, you won't know what I'm talking about. What do you think the issue has been or is currently in today's marketing climate that's keeping you either going downward, plateauing, or just not growing it like you expected to go badass and really, make a big difference and do a big thing and make some income too? What do you think the one thing is, the main thing is that you think is holding you back? Something you don't know. You don't have a clue about how to do it, and you need some help. I think that's why most of us are here, to learn, what are we missing here? So pop in there and say whatever it is. It might be 3 things, might be 1 thing, might be 6 things. Tell us what you think those little irritations are, those little icky things that hound you. Hi, Andy. Good to have you from New Zealand. Tell us, Andy, how long have you been in the industry overall? That's the first question. And secondly, hi, Gail. 15 years, more numbers. The second thing is, Andy, you just popped in. What do you think that thing is that holds you back? that you just can't get it right. And if you just could, maybe you could actually not only make a difference, but make some income. And Fred, you've never done anything, so that's fine because you haven't ever done anything. So you're here to learn. Are you in the industry now? Are you brand new? Or you've been using products from the industry and not really marketing it? Tell me that, Fred. And Simone from Ireland, 12 years, same company. And since COVID, things kind of fell apart, right? Yeah, I got it. Okay, 12 years. So what do you think your issue is post-COVID, if there is such a thing as post-COVID? Now I hear there's another variant going around, but people are remotely working. So a lot of things have changed. So tell what you think you need help with. What's that thing? We've got another newbie here, new to the industry. And then the third question is, if you could figure that out, get some help with it, and hopefully today you can get some help with that, then what do you think realistically you'd like to project in a year? And everybody's numbers will be different based on who you are today and how long you've been in it and blah, blah, blah. Where do you want to imagine yourself being in 12 months? So if you've never made anything and you would be just thrilled to make 500 a month, then put that in there. There's no wrong or right answer. This is completely your own reality that you have to look at, because if it's crazy, unrealistic, you're not going to do it anyhow. So put your numbers in, because we want those as we begin kicking this off, so we can see where people are at. Okay, so number one, how long have you been in the industry overall? Number two, what do you think that hiccup is, that gap, that icky thing that just harasses you because you can't get it down? Or maybe even paralyzes you. You're not doing your business and you're playing around on social media because you can't even pull up the desire to do it because you don't like the way you were taught to do it. Whatever that is, put the thing in there that's bothering you that you think you need to know a little more about or figure out, so you can make it actually become a business that's really a business and that produces an income. The third question, 1 year from now, based on if you do the things and get over the icky thing, where would you like to see yourself producing in a year per month? So Andy's got 4,000. Now we have somebody else in here that's saying 100,000 plus members in a year. What would that mean in income per month? Figure that out. And Gail, for you in 1 year, 5K. This is good, but don't just do members. Give me amounts that that is coming into your account every month. And then I've got you post-COVID, your members went from, or your money went from 6,000 to 4,500, so it dropped quite a bit. Okay, so anybody else, any other numbers? And then I think we are almost ready to rock and roll. We've got Kim almost ready there. So keep it coming. Alex, 50K a month in a year. Where are you at right now, Alex? Are you anywhere near that? Are you halfway there? If you're halfway there, tell me that. Just want to make sure that you project something that's easy to imagine yourself doing, because if you can't imagine it, it's pretty much not going to happen. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Okay, so anybody else? More responses? So when Kim comes in, she's got it all right in front of her eye. Oh, Alex, your dad's network. So you're with your dad's network, or you were with your dad's network, you inherited your dad's network. What are you saying? And now you're trying to make it work. And Simone, you're saying that you'd be happy to get back to 5K. Okay, that's real. That's realistic, based on that you dropped some, but not, you didn't bottom out entirely. You got something to work with. So that's reasonable. Okay, there she is.
Yeah.
Hey, we got.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you sound really
Okay.
good, Kim.
Oh, good. Yeah, I want the microphone right here. Well, I'm delighted that you guys are all here, and especially, are you sure you can hear okay, right, Vic?
Excellent. Yeah, everybody else, can you hear? I can hear.
I'll make
Just
sure
say yes.
that everybody got it. Yep,
Sounds
yep.
great. They're saying you
All
sound
right, can you hear?
perfect.
You sound good. All right, good. Okay, great. Well, here, let me get get my video cooking and make sure it actually, does it look okay? Yeah, there, we can even see too, right? All right, good, good, good. Good to see you guys. So what I'm going to do is today I'm going to try really, really hard to go pretty fast, so that there's time for questions at the end. And one of the things I'm going to warn you about right now is we do the business in a very different way than most of the people in the industry. And if you resonate with this, then you definitely want to learn how to do it, because it's not like what anybody teaches you. And for those of you that are new to what I do, the way we run our businesses, we built 6 of these to the top, usually faster than anybody else in the companies that we were with. And because we really have learned how to target the people that we can help for the business and for the product. So the overall, just so you have an idea, we kind of feel like we're running, say, a softball team or a football team. And what are we doing? Do we want beginners so that we can on Sunday play with a bunch of beginners? Or are we going to look to recruit people who already have football playing skills, who love playing football, who might be pretty good so we have a chance to win? Which kind of people do you think we're going to be looking for if you're looking to build a business? To build a football team that's going to be playing, say, in a month against some other team. Who are we going to be looking for? What do we see there in the chat? You're going to look for beginners, or you're going to look for people who love football already and are pretty good? Experienced people, right? Okay, so that's one, to keep that in mind. If you want to grow fast, you want people that are experienced in certain kinds of things. All right, got another comment, all right? Okay. Experience, right. Well, it depends on how you call them. It depends on how you call them. I have a really good story, a showdown at the Calvary Church. We had a group of people, and there were 2 people who decided to build a softball team. And one of them said, we're looking for players. We want to dominate. We're going to beat the pants off every church in town. And the other person, a lady, said, we want to have a softball team too. And we're going to go have a good time. We're going to enjoy each other, make friends. Do you think they recruited that different people were attracted to the different calls? What do you think? Yes or no? So Alex, let's take that. Say if you were you went to the church, right? And one of the guys says, well, we're going to have a softball team and we want to dominate. We're looking, to build a team that we're going to be the best in town and beat the pants off everybody. That's going to be our softball team, let's say. And then later on that day, somebody else, say the choir teacher, she says, oh, we're going to have a softball team too. And we want people who are into community, who want to make friends, who want to bond together and have a good time. Do you think that those 2 people would attract different kinds of people to the team? Yes or no? What do you think? Hello. Are you guys there?
Totally different skill
I'm going
set.
to go home if you don't answer me.
Me too. Yes. There's a bunch of yeses coming in.
Okay. And do you see, it's not about who's better and who is worse. It's about what the people are responding to in their minds. So if you don't know how to call somebody that is dominating, we want to dominate, we're going to that's all we ever did. Why do you think we grew so fast? We didn't want beginners on our varsity team. Football has varsity and they have the junior varsity. Why? And beginners. There's always a place for rookies, but it is not on Sunday's game when you're playing the other best team in the world. And if you're playing for fun and enjoyment, that's totally different goal. Do y'all see that? Tell me yes, you have that. So the question is not will they come? Let's say, because if you ask, well, would anybody come? You might think, well, because I'm just a wiener, I haven't done anything. You don't lead with the fact that you're a wiener. You lead with the fact that you are going to build a team of people that are going to dominate. That draws those people in. If you want to build a team and have fun and have a good time and learn together, which is somehow some of you guys recruit, you will get those people. But they won't be much good in terms of actually bringing people in. Why? Because you didn't ask for that. Okay, we got this? I'm gonna check in here. Gives you a little hint of what's coming. Yeah, you got to know who you ask for. See, it's how you ask. It's not so much who you are. It's not who you are. Don't get fooled by that. All right. So I'm going to show you how to start or restart a network marketing or any business where you have to bring in customers for your business to make it. Does everybody understand that? Any business without customers, you have no business. Apple, Google, I don't know, water, microphone company, computers. Without customers, there's no business. So every business, every single business needs to bring in customers. Now, of course, we have reps, but we call them all the same thing because whether you're a rep or a product customer, you still are buying product. Whether you buy a whole bunch once and then every month you're on, or whether you buy a little bit at the beginning. Does that make sense for everybody? Everybody is buying product as a customer. Tell me yes, you got that. All right, good. So I'm going to give you 5 steps that are, I'm pretty sure if you get these, you pretty much won't need anything else to build a business that makes a dent in your universe. Okay, you ready for that? And you can do it. Somebody says, how long does it take to do it? You probably could do it in 3 to 6 months if you are able to focus every single day. If you can't, it will take probably years and years and years. If you do something an hour a week, say it takes 10,000 hours to get good. Remember? That's what the guy said, 10,000 hours to get good. Well, if you do an hour a day, I don't even know if you'd make it in your lifetime. 10,000 hours a day, that would be 10,000 days. What, 10 years? That's why most people take 10 years. They do it an hour a day or an hour a week or an hour a month or nothing for a year and then they get back in, right? But if you do 2 or 3 hours every single day and it's focused, you can cut the time to months to skill up. And then once you've got your skill set down, you know how to call the right people, then those people are going to start coming to you and then you bring them into your business and help them do the same thing. That's really what we're doing. Okay. All right. So first step. Well, let me tell you the good news. You're building your business can be really much easier. Now, remember, building a business means you're getting customers and reps. The proportion is usually 20 to 1. For every 20 people that you bring in, 19 will be customers or stay customers, and 1 might actually bring in other customers. That's nothing wrong with you or me. It's the way people are. They want to do what they want to do. You cannot force somebody to, quote, duplicate you and start selling stuff to people if they don't want to. Has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what they want. Does that make sense? Tell me yes, we got that. Okay, cool. All right, so you can build way faster with what I'm going to show you and can be a lot more fun than it is for a lot of people right now. If you have something to offer in your business that you believe really helps people. Who here believes that they've got something to offer, product or business, that really, 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 really helps people? Let me see. Oh, in fact, let me give you the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that whatever you've got can really help someone? 1 is, I'm not really sure. Don't worry if you say that. We love you. So it's all right. And 10 is, oh my gosh, yes, I know it helps people. Where are you? Give me your scores.
Oh, a bunch of 10s and even a 12. All 10s and 12.
Really?
And 12.
Okay.
Yep. Probably about 10 10s or so, something like that.
Really? Okay. And let me ask you in the chat, how do you know it has helped, that it helps? What is the proof that you have that it actually has, that it helps people? You want to give me put anything there in the chat? What's proof?
One says
it happened to me.
Blood tests. Blood tests. It happened to me.
Okay, good.
Because I talked to my patients and they're happy to receive the information. It helped me, and I've seen it help others is another one.
Okay, cool. All right, good. That's a good thing to know. If it helped you, that's number 1, because then you know, right? All right, so her here wants to make at least an additional or their first $1,000 every month. I know it's a small amount, But most people don't really make much any money at all. So we're just starting with 1,000 a month. Because with 1,000 a month or 10,000 a month or 30,000 a month or 100,000 a month, these 5 things are what you need to do and have people do that are in your business who also want to build, which might be 1 in 20, 1 in 30. You see, everybody have that? All right. Follow these steps. Here we go. Step number 1. What is number 1? Here we go. You make a decision. I am a business owner. Now, some of you are going to go, I came for this. Are you kidding me? It's like, yeah, you did. You did. I am a business owner. Let me see in the chat. Who is a business owner? I want to see who's going to type in, I am a business owner. I want to see that. Because if you don't have that in your mind, you may as well pack up and go home. The chances of you making any money are very, very small. Very, very small. I'm a business owner. And that's part of your definition of who you are, your identity. You got that?
Oh, they've got it. Yep.
I'm a business owner. You didn't say you're a network marketer. You didn't say I'm a Shaklee rep. You didn't say I'm, I don't know, whatever. I am a business owner. Make sure that everybody has that. We're not going on until we got a unanimous vote here. Good. This is your identity. Put it with girls, get your lipstick out and put it on your mirror in the bathroom. Put it on the fridge. Put it on your visor. I am a business owner. I am a business owner. I am a business owner. It gives you a completely different identity. And let me tell you about a business owner. What does a business do? Here's what a business does. A business exists. Okay, you got this? To solve problems that people pay for. Business exists to solve a problem that people pay for. That is what a business exists for. So if you own a business, what are you supposed to be doing to earn your keep? Let me see. What are you supposed to be doing? A business exists to solve problems people pay for. Here's the test. What are you supposed to be doing?
Oh, Jeff's first answer, solve problems.
What do they say? Business exists. Everybody type this in the chat. Solve problems. Solve, 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 solve. It's not to sell. No. It's not to serve. No. All of that is beating around the bush. You are solving a problem that somebody is looking to solve, not that you're telling them they should be doing. Hey, you're pretty fat. You ought to lose some weight. I got a program. No. Solve a problem. Okay, that's what you want to do. If what you've got doesn't solve a problem, it's not going to sell. You will never get enough strangers to buy to have a business to make 10, 15,000 a month. You've got to solve a problem and that people will pay for. So this is not like, oh, let me help you carry the fridge downstairs. No, that's like, break your back and don't get paid. All right. So there's a way to figure out how to do this. And I want you to do this. Okay. Business exists to solve problems that people pay for. This is from Sir Richard Branson. Remember him? He is the guy who founded a number of companies. One of them is Virgin Airlines. Did you know that? Everybody got that? All right. So far, so good. Are you with me so far? Can you tell yes? You got it? So far, so good?
Good, good.
That makes it easier, right? Number 2, you have to make the big decision. What's the big decision? What problem you solve and for whom? What problem do you solve and for whom do you solve it? I'm going to give you some examples. You want some examples? Okay, let's say somebody says, so I say to you, okay, so what problem do you solve and for whom do you solve it? Let's say somebody says, Oh, well, CBD oil. Is that an answer to what problem do you solve for whom? Yes or no? The answer CBD oil. Is that a good answer? Yes or no? Does that answer the question, what is the problem? And who do you solve it for? Is that a good one? How about this? Let's give another quiz here. So what problem do you solve? Oh, nutrition. Yeah. Nutrition. Yeah. Or what problem do you solve for whom? Oh, I have a financial services. Does that describe the problem you solve and for whom you solve it? Yes or no? No. We'll make sure you're all getting this. So this means that if you tell somebody, say, what are you doing? You say, oh, I have financial services. Are you letting them know what problem you solve for people? Yes or no? Are you telling them for whom you are in business, that you exist in order to solve this problem? Yes or no? Right? I think we got it. So we're pretty much screwing it up when you're talking about the product, the science. Nobody asked for a science lesson. Oh, what problem do you solve? Oh, well, we have this, I don't know, CBD oil, and it works at the cellular level. And not only that, Dr. Dingeling, does it talk about the problem that you solve and for whom you solve it? If what comes out of your mouth when you tell what you do does not do that, in marketing parlance, you know what we say about people like that? They suck. Why? Because the other person doesn't give a bean about what you're saying, because it doesn't solve a problem. Who's got this? Let me see. Okay. That's how you. All right. So here we go. Here's some examples. Make a note of the examples. These are the structures that you need. They look very easy, but when I leave and you try to do something similar, you kind of go, that was like Russian. What was that again? So make a note of the examples. They're linguistically very sophisticated, and that's why they work. They tap right into the person that is looking for what you offer in terms of the problem that you solve. Okay. All right. Good. So here we go. This. My business. Remember we said I own a business. Remember that? Do you remember that from before? Yes. I am a business owner. Who remembers that? And my business helps people who are looking to get into shape. That's what my business does. What does Google, the Google boys, they own a business, Google. Their business helps people that are searching for stuff online so they can find whatever they want, no matter what they're looking for. They help people that are looking for information online. They don't help people who don't have a computer. They don't help people who aren't looking. They only help people who are looking. Do you see that? Let me show you got this. All right. That's it. Here's another one. And so here's my business helps people that are looking to get into shape. So you might say to somebody, hey, do you know anybody who is trying to get in shape? See that? That's it. You know anybody who's trying to get in shape? It's not, do you know anybody who needs a weight loss program? No. Or who's a fat? No. Who wants to get into my gym? No. Someone who is trying to get into shape. They are already trying to make a change. You see, that's the difference in how you want to market. Do you know anyone who's trying to get from here to here? From frowny, get into shape? Right? They want to get into shape, not you bossing them. No. And then they want to get to happy, which is getting into shape. So what are the people trying to do? If he says, hey, do you know anyone who's trying to get from here to here? Do you know anyone who's trying to get into shape? Sorry. What is this guy? This is Alex Hermosi. What problem is he solving for people? Who can see the problem? What's the problem? The guy who puts this out here. Do you know anyone who's trying to get into shape? What problem is he solving for people? What problem do those people have that they want to come to him for? Those that say yes. Anybody? It's tricky. I know. I see who's daring. Anybody?
Now, one reply so far is, well, okay, there's a couple now. Get in shape, someone who is out of shape.
Yeah, Gail McDonald, right? Do you know anyone who's trying to get into shape? Who's he talking to? People who feel they are out of shape. And that's one. Two, they want to get back in shape. And three, they're looking actively for ways to get back in shape. Number one, they know they're out of shape. Two, they know they got to do something about it. And three, they're actively looking. So you are like a speed bump to somebody who's racing down the street. And you say, you're looking to try to get into shape. You're looking to try to get into shape. People going down that path who know they're out of shape, want to get into shape and are now actively looking, they'll pause at your speed bump and go, oh, let me see what you got. Who gets this? Right? The thing he might be offer might be an exercise program. I don't, it's a gym program. But the problem is they're out of shape. They know they're out of shape and they want to get back into shape. And they're actively looking to get back into shape. Just think about that. Do you suppose he's going to bring in a lot of people if that's all he asks for and only gets people who say, yeah, I am looking to get back into shape right now? You got it? This is how he's become the $100 million man. This is what he does. See? So it's like, no matter what you offer, if you know your product works for people, that means that you know about a change that has taken place. You used to be a fat, and now you're a skinny mini, right? You used to be uncertain, now you're all confident. Okay, it's a change. That's what a problem-solving company does. That you help a person go from an unhappy state to a happier state. Okay, everybody got this? This is what you're doing, how to get from here to here. So it's not your exercise program or theirs. It's not your pills. It's not the product. It's not the company. It's not the pay plan. People, we as humans are always looking to solve our problems, whether we want to get our sexy back, we want to get more Momo, we got to figure out how to shut up the kid when we're doing this or that or the other. And those are problems we're always looking for. So somebody pops right up and says, hey, I have a way to shut your kids down and they'll be so happy. And, it's not putting them in front of the TV. Do you want to know what it is? If that lady's sitting there with 3 kids and trying to run a Zoom meeting, she's going to say, hell yeah, what do you have right now? Why? Because she's looking. The problem's existing. That's that's the path. You want to be in the path of all those people. That's how you do this. So the change he's looking for that he's calling out, right? They want to get into shape. Do you see this is not about your product or your program? Nobody cares what it is. The people who go to this guy to get into shape don't know what he's going to do to them. It might be pills. It might be a diet. It might be intermittent fasting. It might be the gym. It might be who knows what. There are a lot of ways to get in shape. You see that? Okay. All right. Here's another one. Our business. There we go. Helps people. Remember, we own a business. We all own a business. Our business helps people who are trying to get off daily pain meds, but still get instant pain relief. Okay. I'm going to ask for one person, tell me, what is the problem this business is solving for people? What problem do the people think they have that answer this? Our business helps people who are trying to get off the daily pain meds, but still get instant pain relief. What's the problem they think they have if they respond to this? Who's got it? Alex, Gail, any of you guys? Come on, tell me. I know you're there and I know you can do this. Who's got it? Anybody?
Jeff, people wanting off meds.
Right. People wanting off pain meds, be specific, because there are a lot of different kind of meds. People who want to get off pain meds. Anybody else? Let's see if we have any others. Yeah, you're getting it. You're kind of getting it here. That's a good thing. Okay, that's what you're looking for. Here's another one. We have a business Well, relief, no, not really. See, they're trying to get off daily pain meds. If somebody responds to this call, it's not about the pain relief that they're worried about. That's already a problem. They want to now get off the daily pain meds and still figure out, if you do that, how do you still get instant pain relief? Because that's why people are on meds. Why? Because it's instant. And then they get hooked. You know, some of them want to get unhooked. Okay. So it's, notice in these, there's no mention of the product, no mention of the company, none of that. Did you notice that? No mention of the product. None. Nobody knows how you're offering to help people. Yeah, exactly. Taking less pain meds. Okay. Number 3, almost at the end. You want to master telling this. Let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you what happened to me. Yeah, totally, Alex. You got it. Yeah, yeah. Why do you want to do that? Well, your story is going to help more than any technobabble you could ever give, or promises you can make about the business and the money and all that kind of stuff, or the results. You see? So let's say you say to somebody, well, you know, our business helps people who want to get off daily pain meds and still get rid of aches and pains in 12 or 13 seconds without anything even going into your body. And somebody might go, well, I know my sister-in-law is like that. So how's it work? It's a very normal question. How does it work? And here's the answer. Let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you what happened to me. So we have a guy. He said, I used to exercise my first 40 years of my life. And then the next 18, I had an accident with my bike and a car, and I couldn't properly exercise or do anything for 18 years. And I thought, I'm done. You know, I never are going to be able to exercise and run like I used to. And so then I tried this product after all kinds of things, all kinds of therapies, chiropractor, blah, blah, blah. I tried this product that didn't even go into your body. Nothing went in. And after, I don't know, an afternoon or the next day, I could start hiking. And now he says it's been 5 months and I hike every single day. He's making videos every day to put online to say to people, I haven't been able to do this in 18 years. By then, if you have a compelling story, the person wants to know, well, how would I try this? Do you see what I'm saying? They don't really care about what's in it. That's why when you have a story, let me tell you what happened to me. This is what happened to me. Does that make sense? That's why it's important when I ask you, what problem do you solve for people? And are you sure that the product works, that it helps people on a scale of 1 to 10? You should be able to have a story like this. So how does it work? Let me tell you what happened to me. Who here can tell? Now, let me tell you what happened to me story that's like that, a before and after. Who can do that? Anybody can do that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they have that thing about fact sell and story sell, but nobody tells the story. All we hear about is, oh, it works at the cellular level. How does the product work? Well, let me tell you, it goes from the synapse in the brain to where's the story? Where's the story? I don't see any story. How does the product work? Let me tell you what happened to me. So the big benefit with this piece of the approach is that you don't have a hidden agenda. See, when you're calling somebody to let them know that you've got a business, normally, if you listen to the gurus around like Eric Worre and folks like that, what do they tell you? Well, call them up and tell them you're not going to ask them to enroll or anything. But at the end of the call, you could say something like, I just was at his, the recruiting event that he had. And somebody said, well, so what are we going to say? And he said, well, then you tell them in the conversation that, yeah, no, I'm not going to try to recruit you, but I am kind of new at this and I'm a little nervous about this. And I wonder if you would support my business and would buy my product for a month. Well, if the other person wasn't planning on that, because you first started the conversation with, I'm not going to try to sign you up in the business and get you to recruit you. And then at the end, you said, well, I'm kind of new and it's the first time and yada, yada. And would you support my business and be my friend and buy my product even for 1 month? How many people have been told to do this or have heard that this is what you should do? Who here has had that situation? Anybody? See, there's no hidden agenda. Y'all see that? Make sure that we got those comments.
Yes, several have heard it.
Yeah. Oh, it's very common. That's what they do, you know. And so what and that means you have a hidden agenda. So people who call their friends with this hidden agenda to try to get them to buy, or who start friendships. How many people have said to you, you're out of people to talk to, make new friends, start new relationships? How many have heard that? Let me see. You heard that before? Sure. So how good do you think the other people feel when they find out that you made friends and were asking about the husbands and the hemorrhoids, just so you could sell them later? How do you think that feels to the other person? See, if you call somebody, you say, let me tell you, yeah, cheated and screwed. I have a question for you. Yeah, what's the question? Well, I have this new business. Don't worry, I'm not going to hit you up. But in this business, we help people who are trying to get off daily pain meds and still get rid of the aches and pains without the daily pain meds. Do you know anybody who might like to know about something like that? That's our business. That's what we're doing. Do they feel like you had a hidden agenda? Did you hit them up? Aren't you being somebody normal who says I have a business and this is what we do? We help people who are looking for places on the beach. So Aunt Lulu, if you know anybody who's looking for a house on the beach, you let me know. That's our specialty. You see that? Who gets it here? That you're suddenly a real person with a real business. Yeah. And you get a place of honor in their mind. Okay. Instead of, please buy my product to show you support me in my business. That's really so horrible. Okay. Number 4. Who's ready for number 4? One more after this and we're all done. So Rena May, you've got your Patty in the air quite a bit. Is there something that you need, lady? I know that you're in the.
I've got her, Kim. I've got her.
I should be in a position class, that might help her. Number 4. Right. We're saying do what works for you, not what anyone can do. And I want to be sure that you understand this. In the network marketing industry, there are a lot of people who will say to you things like, oh, don't do that because it doesn't duplicate. Has anybody heard that? Has anyone heard that? Don't do leads because, it doesn't duplicate. Don't do, reunions because it doesn't duplicate, okay? This is a really ridiculous admonition. I don't know where the industry got this, but it is like, I can't even describe how stupid I think it is. I have would never buy into this. Let me tell you why. My first business, I ran newspaper ads and I did leads and things like that. Because before that, I had a real estate business, commercial real estate. So I was used to running ads and getting leads and doing stuff like that, leads in particular, but also running ads. And so one of the people in the business, I told him, I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm running ads. They say, don't do ads. Don't do ads because it's not duplicable. And I said, what does that mean? It means that other people can't do it. And you know what I said? So what? I don't care if they can't do it. What do I care if they can't do ads? Let's say I get Vicki in one of my businesses and she says, I can't do ads. So, well, I don't care. What can you do? What are you good at? Oh, I'm good at calling people one-on-one. I'm really good. Okay, do that. And if somebody says, she shouldn't be calling people all the time, you shouldn't call 100 people a day. Can't duplicate it. Vicki would probably say, well, so what? I'm doing it. Nobody else. I'm the one doing it. I've got the skills. I've got the experience. I love calling people. I love doing leads. Kim loves doing ads. Other people love standing on street corners and preaching. Who cares what average people can do? You do what works for you, what you're good at, what your strengths are, and don't push it onto anybody else. You do what you do and ask somebody else. You want to build a business, right? You want to be in a business where you help people to get back who want to get back in shape, or help people who want to, whatever your thing does, get their sexy back, help people who want to set up a little side hustle so they have some money when they're ready to retire. Is that what you want to do? Great. So we got to find people for that business. For you, that's what business does. All business has to get customers. So how do you want to do that? What's the way that you want to reach out to the world, however you do it, so that they come to you? What do you like doing? Are you like a social butterfly type of person? If you're an introvert, do you want to learn how to run ads, or do you want to learn how to do posting? Who are you? What do you bring to the table? What assets do you have that we can use so you can get your business off the ground? Who sees this? How many people get this?
Yep. They got it. I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. All right. So don't worry what anyone can do. Anyone doesn't make a lot of money. You think about what you can do and ask your people when they come in, what do you bring to the table? What can you do to bring in customers and people that we help who want to get in shape, who want to get off the pain meds, who want to get their energy back, want to get their sexy back, right? All right, number 5, the last one. Last one. Give yourself enough time. And the reason you need time is because it takes time to learn how to bring in customers and how to communicate so that you do that. It takes time to teach people who are new reps to learn to communicate so they get their customers. And it takes time after you bring them in to make sure that you make them happy enough that they keep buying for month after month after month after month. Those are skills. You don't have them yet, so you're going to have to skill up. So are you willing to skill up? Who here says, yes, I will take the time to skill up? Yes or no? Because if you won't, you can't do a business without skills. It's like learning to be on the baseball team or the football team, and you have no skills. So you sit in the stands, but they're not going to let you on the field. Are you kidding? Who's got this? Make sure we got it. Yeah, you got to do it. Skill up, okay? Because you need time. Some people give up after 90 days. They'll say, oh, I didn't make $10,000 a month in 90 days, so I'm quitting. And they've never made $10,000 a month doing anything. Okay, it shows you. Some people quit in 6 months. And one thing I can tell you is that if you go to a company and somebody gets up and says, oh, I have been in the business like 90 days and I made $10,000. And you think to yourself, oh my God, I suck. I've been in for 10 years and I don't even make $1,000 a month. Or, oh my gosh, I totally suck. I've been in for a year and I haven't made $10,000. I haven't even made $1,000. How many people have secretly felt that when these guys get up in front of the room, the women included, and tell you how they made $10,000 in 90 days, that there must be something wrong with you, right? Anybody ever think, oh, am I just screwing it up, or do I just suck? Is that it? Anybody feel like that?
Several.
Because otherwise I'll skip this
wow.
example.
Yeah,
What's wrong with me? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That is exactly right. And particularly the girls. I'm glad to see a boy has it too. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I must suck. I suck. But see, you don't know the backstories. And so in every case where there's somebody in your company who gets up and says they made 10 grand a month and they've been in 90 days or 60 days or whatever, there's a backstory. Right? And one of the most famous ones is there was a guy who did make 10,000 in 90 days in Excel. And he said, this is like really good. And it's only been 90 days. And his backstory, which people didn't know at that time when he was standing there, is that the company he was in, which was Excel Communications, it was his 11th company, number 11. And he had made no money to speak of. In fact, I believe he told us he hadn't recruited anybody in 10 companies in 10 years. And so he finally, in number 11, found somebody who was really good. And she really took off like a bat, out of where, and recruited all these people, which accrued to him. The volume accrued to him. And suddenly he was making all this money. You don't know such a story. In my very first company, the guy was making 90,000 a month at the time. This is 30 years ago. That's probably like $1 million a month today. Making a lot of money. It was maybe 30 at the time. And all he ever said was, I used to be a waiter. And we thought, well, isn't that cute? God, if he's a waiter, I'm from Harvard, I'm going to kill this, right? That's what I thought. It wasn't till years later that I found out, yes, he was a waiter when he was like 18, 20 years before, or 20, but he was born into a family of top producing network marketers. He had lived with it his entire life, lived with network marketers who were at the top of their game, top of the companies that he was in. Nobody knew that. So yes, he was a waiter, but do you think another waiter without that experience would have the same kind of impact and results that he did? Yes or no? What do you think? What do you think? Right? But they don't tell you this. Why? Because that might make it look hard. And then you're not going to sign up because you want money. You want 10 grand a month in 90 days. It's evil. It really is evil. How many know the story of Tom Cruise? When he started acting, he played in a high school play called Guys and Dolls, and his last year of high school. And he was having a lot of trouble at home, and he had some injury, so he couldn't play football. And he acted in this play, and he really liked it. And so he told his parents, he said, I want to get into show business. And so he said to them, this right here, will you give me 10 years? 10 years. Will you give me 10 years to learn show business? All right. Most of the people that you see on stage that have all these great stories in 90 days have got 10 years that you just don't know about. They just don't tell about it because it's not sexy. So how long will you give yourself to make a business, to build a business that makes a dent? Let me see some numbers. How long will you give yourself now that you know how to do it? Yeah. Gosh, I must have had that. You mean in the Orange Book, Andy? Is that the one you're talking about in the Orange Book? Because I have a new book coming out and it's going to have that story in it. We've actually looked up the very original in People magazine from 30 years ago. So we get it like really perfect. Who's got it? You got it? How long are you going to take? Let me see. How long will you give yourself to build a business that makes a dent? We have 1 year, 1 year.
Several 1 years and a 3 year.
Okay. And how much time would you spend every single day for a year without knowing for sure what's going to come in a year? Because that's the trouble with building a business. And it's also the trouble with farming. You plant the seeds and for quite a long time, you don't see anything come up, but you have to go there and tend the earth, water, make sure the sun's coming before you see anything grow. How many would give minimum of an hour a day? Every single day, totally focused time. If you do 3 hours, it's going to go a lot faster. Well, you got to pick a time. 3 hours. Hormozi says 4 hours a day, 8 to noon, 8 to noon, 8 to noon, 8 to noon. You don't do anything else. But I'm saying, for some of you, if you have jobs and things, it might be an hour a day or 2 hours a day. 3 hours every day for a year, right? You will have made an incredible business doing that. In fact, Alex says that you can get good enough at almost anything, reading the quote here, in 20 hours of focused effort. So if you spend 20 hours of focused effort doing the kinds of things that we teach you how to do, or if you find some other person who can help you, be my guest, but teaching, you are in a business. Who do you help with what problem? Now that you know that, how do you call them? And then how do you do an automated assessment? We call it an instant assessment system that we have to pre-qualify anybody and everybody before you talk to them. So the only ones you talk to are all ready to say, well, how much is it? In fact, we've even got the price covered because before we talk to them, they already know what the price range is of what you have. You see? That's how that works. That's really what so if you're truly will do it, not just today, say commit, and then tomorrow you already forgot the commitment, we probably can help some of you. So who is ready to make a change in how you do your business, what your goals are? That's really great. If you do 4 hours, 3 hours, great, 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 great. Yeah, the minimum is an hour. Got to have a focused hour. Better is 2 hours. Yeah, better is 2 hours. Okay, here it is. You can get good enough at almost anything with 20 hours of focused effort. And that means understanding and identifying that you are a business owner, number one. Number two, that you know this is the problem I solve for these kinds of people. And number three, know how to tell your story. And of course, with that, you're going to learn how to reach out. How do you reach out to warm market, to posting, so that people know, oh, this is what you do. You're looking for people who are looking for that. You're always looking for people that are looking for you. Right? It's not, I need 10 people for my opportunity. Who's that about? That's about you. Nobody cares about you. I hate to break it to you. They don't. They don't care what you need or that you need another person to get a rank. They care about solving their problem. And if you position yourself as someone solving the problem, as they go down the road, you'll be the speed bump. And they'll go, so, oh, what do you have? Because I'm looking to get in shape. What you got? And then the rest is practice. The rest is practice. Okay. So who's ready to put off the old you and put on the new you? We got some people here, I'm sure. So bottom line is you can do a lot of this on your own. I gave you enough information here, the bird's eye view, so you can get started, learn how to do that. And you can also, if you want some guidance, some help, some paid help, our business is helping people who want to learn how to build a business and make a dent in their universe and in the universe of people that have the problem that you can solve for them, right? So that's what our business is, and that's what we do, among other things, but that's our main business. So that is our business. And so if you would like us, you want me to show you one of the things that we can help you do to become a successful business owner that helps other people solve their problem? Ready, Andy, you're so sweet. Okay. Solving problems people will pay for. It's not about your product. What problem do you solve for somebody else? And then you're going to ask for those who are looking for that. Okay. How do we might help you? Okay. So we have a program. We have several programs. And one of our main programs is called Six Figure Advisor. And it's relatively high ticket. I mean, in the world of high ticket, to give you an idea, some of you have heard of Russell Brunson, I'm sure. We've been friends for many, many, many years. And he was one of my first students in my Orange Book classes, the network marketing classes. Orange Book, if my product's great, how come I can't sell it? And so we've known each other for a lot of years. And he has an inner circle program. And he used to charge $25,000 a year. Then he charged 50. Then he took a year off, and then he charged $100,000 a year. And now he has a program called, I think it's Category Killers. And it's either $150,000 or $250,000 per year. And you know what people get? 4 in live meetings. They fly into Boise, and there they are, Idaho. That's where he's based. And they get his Vox number so they can call him if they have issues. And the people who pay the $250,000, many of them put a mortgage on their house. And you might go, well, why would they do that? Because they expect they're going to be able to make 10 times more. Most of them do. Because the kinds of questions that you ask at a higher level are different than the ones you ask in the beginning. You see, like when you start out, you're going to call one-on-one. You're going to make a bunch of calls to people. That's how the best way to start. You should talk to 100, 200 people a week about the problem you can solve. And you should be talking to people who have the problem, whether you sell them or not. Why? To learn about your market. So let's say that takes you 6 weeks. You've talked to 300 people. We'll show you how to do it. But don't worry, people are there and nobody will hang up on you. I've never had anybody hang up on the scripts that we use. Warm market doesn't make any difference, all of it. But let's say you've done that. You kind of go, yeah, I kind of got an idea now what people who want to get in shape, people who want to get off the pain meds, I kind of know. So then we'll show you how to go more sophisticated from how to talk 1 to 20. Why would you talk one-on-one when you can talk 1 to 20 or 1 to 50 or 1 to 100 or 1 to 1,000? Do you see the difference? Who gets this? Because you couldn't, if you can't talk to 1, you sure as hell can't talk to 20. Okay. So what we're going to do in this program, we're going to show you who your ideal people are, what the problem is that you solve, number 1, and 2, who you solve it for. Okay. Then secondly, you need to learn how to use words that describe the people who have the problem so you get their attention online and offline. Yo, if you have this problem, we might be able to help. Oh, that's me. Whatever the problem is. Okay. You don't know how to recruit online? Click here. We might be able to help. So you have to be able to describe not what you have, no, them and their problem. So you get their attention. Then you have to keep their attention with interesting tidbits, helpful things to prove you can help them. The trust that they get in you is not in you as a human person. Like, are you going to tell them a little secret lie about your kid or something? They want to trust that you can help them with their problem. Once you get to past mom and your sister, that's what you need to do. If you cannot get strangers to buy from you, you will not have much of a business ever. You've got to get strangers to want to buy from you. Does everybody see that? You got to get strangers to want to buy from you. Okay. That is the skill. That's a skill set. It's a skill set. All right. Keep their attention. How do you do that? Because people that are looking are going to buy a program of some kind. Somebody is looking to get into shape. Somebody is looking to get off pain meds. If we don't get there first with our speed bump and say, hey, we have a way to do that, and here's how we do that, they're going to buy from somebody else. We're not the only game in town to help people get off pain meds. And it's not the only game. You're an option. So you have to be quick and keep their attention with, well, here's another way that we help people do this. With another way we help people do this that don't cost money. You can keep their attention because they're going to buy from somebody. Then how do you get people to enroll? And how do you help them enroll their customers? Because that's how you grow leverage. Remember, our industry, yes, you can make money on hundreds of customers every month. But if you get 1 in 20 or 30 that will build also because they want to be like you, then you make a percentage of what those people do. Some of you know that. If you've made more than a couple thousand a month, that means you've had downline who are producing. Am I right or not right? Who here has made more than a couple thousand a month? And did you have downline that were producing as well? Yes or no? What do we say, Vic? What do we got?
Still waiting. Let's see who. Yes, we got one there so far.
Right. Yeah, most people, even making $500 a month, they'll say, well, you know, I have somebody who's got 9 people and they're bringing in all this money. It's right. It's perfect. But since you can't guarantee when that's going to happen, because you're not other people, what you start with is, we have a business and here's what our business does. Like Richard Branson says, we help people, you know, fly from, I don't know, Puerto Rico to the British Virgin Islands or whatever special thing is that you do. We have a private jet service, right? There are a lot of private jet services. So the thing that you do, that's what you're looking for. And then you want to enroll, when you enroll someone who wants to build their business, you want to be able to help them do that. See, so they're not going out talking about their product to people and get the glazed eyes and everybody runs away from them. Okay. And then we want to show you how to help your people start looking for their sheep. Who's heard that expression from the Bible? My sheep hear my voice. Who's heard that? Tell me yes or no, you got it?
Oh, yes.
My sheep hear my voice. So how come Jesus said that? If Jesus was so great, how come everybody didn't say me? Right? How come everybody didn't say me? He was pretty good. He's doing miracles as far as I know. He knew it would never be everyone, right? And so he says, well, my sheep will hear my voice. Yes. Hey, Carl, long time no see. So your sheep will hear your voice. Do you know that you have sheep that are waiting for you? And if you don't learn how to call them because of the problem that you solve for them, they will go to somebody else who is not as good as you. Or they won't get help at all. And that could be on you, you know. That could be on you. I wouldn't want that on me. You need to know how to call your sheep. You need to know who they are first. And then we have an instant assessment system. We've been using this for almost 30 years, but we automated it about 7-8 years ago. So it's a set of fun questions that people get before we talk to them to help them self-select or deselect. It's a wonderful thing that we've used Vicky knows, she's somebody that she's our principal advisor and trains other people how to help us enroll people if that's the right thing for them. And before they get to her, they've all gone through this instant assessment system, have gotten to the end and said, I want to talk to your advisor and see if you can help me. So what percentage of people do you enroll, Vic, of the ones that you talk to that have come through the instant assessment system?
Generally 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Mhm.
Okay, notice that. And it doesn't matter what it is. It can be a $1,500 buy-in for a network marketing type company. It can be our $10,000, $15,000 SFA program. But whoever it is that comes through the process is very highly pre-qualified and already decided that this is the path that they want. And this is why we go so fast. We don't personally take all that beating of all those notes. I can't stand to hear no. That's why we don't hear it. The machine hears it. Our assessment system hears it. We don't hear it. Nobody live hears any of it. See, that's why we have an assessment system. So anyway, this program, so it's not one of these high $100,000 or $50,000 programs like Russell Brunson and Tony Robbins has one for $1 million a year. It's like Tony. He said, well, they pay it. It's like, okay. So we have a program, the six-figure advisor. It's $15,000 program. And it runs, you can stay in it for a long time if you want, but usually 3 to 12 months. Now, if you work 4 hours a day, it's going to be 3 months or less, and you'll be at the place you want to be. You'll know how to do it, and now it's just a question of doing it. Once you get into the major leagues of baseball or softball or football, you don't stop playing. You play even more. But you got to get to that place first where you even can, you have some competence, right? So this is what this program is. And we are going to offer, we have a 48-hour special running that people have asked us to do again. So we're running it right now. It's 48 hours. It ends, I think, tomorrow night or Saturday, whatever is 48 hours from now. We're going to offer you that program for a very deeply discounted price because of the times that we all are living in right now. It's pretty weird. So instead of 15,000, which is the payment plan, we have a one pay for 9,800. Is this going to be 4,500? You pay one time and you're done, including the instant assessment system, or 2,000 over 3 months, like 2,000 when you start, 2,000 down, and then 2 more payments of 2,000. Or we have an option for 7 months where you pay 1,000 down and then 6 more months at $1,000. And we will train you to do these things that you see here. Okay. You guys are you still with us here? Does anybody pass out? Yeah. You still alive and well? Yeah, really. So it's only for 48 hours. And if you want to talk to Vic to be one of those people, what I'm going to do for 3 of the people, is we have a series of steps that you do. And I'm going to monitor. We have a team of people that helps, but for the next 3 people who come in here who are committed to learning what I just showed you, I will monitor your scripts and your pieces and your steps so that you'll know exactly who it is that you help. You'll know exactly what problem it is, and you'll know exactly how to put the words out there that draw those people, be it on the phone, be it on social media, or be it on ads. And you'll have an instant assessment system exactly like the one we use, that's customized to what you do for people, so that people can be going through that system without you hearing no. And you only talk to the ones who are ready to go, like what Vicky's doing right here. And we have a little bonus session that Vicky will show you how to do. That's part of the program, where you learn how to take a person who says, yeah, I'm interested in that. So what's the next step? You got to go, oh, what's the, well, now we have to go to the website, and let me have you just say, no. You ready to go? Yeah. Okay. So let's go shopping. And Vic's going to show you how we take people shopping for what they want and no more on the website. And then we do it together. And by the time they're done, they're out, they've ordered, we get confirmation of the order. They get confirmation of the order, and they're ready to go. They now go into our group, and now we help them you own a business of your own. What is the problem that you're going to solve? Who are you going to solve it for? How are we going to describe this so those people come to us? We're all business owners solving a problem that people will pay for. We're not peddling our product or our CBD oil. That may be in the end what they buy, but what we're putting out, what are we putting out as the bait, the product or the problem? Who's got it here? Carl, you need to come into our program or do one of those. Talk to Vicky. I know you're still here and I'm thrilled. What are you going to put out there? What's the bait? You're going to talk about your little CBD oil or your financial program that you have? Or you're going to talk about the problem that you know how to solve? Does anybody know anybody who's looking to solve this problem, looking to solve that problem, looking to solve this problem? Let me see. What do we got here?
Margie, you got it. The problem we solve.
The problem we saw. Okay. All right. So if you want to get in, I got a race, but here's the bottom line here for it. Three of you who do this, I will help you the way we just said. You won't get out alive unless you quit. But you, and for those three, you have to commit a minimum of 90 minutes per day. I don't want this stuff we're going on for 3 damn years. You decide, I want it now. I'm going to have it now. And I want to be this business owner that we've described that does business in this way and shows other people how to do business in this way. If that's what you want, I will help you do that. Who wants to do that? Who wants to be this kind of person? Let me see. Who wants to be in business in this way? Who? Tell me. I want to see who wants this. Because remember, you might want to continue peddling your product. Who knows? Whatever you want to do. I just want to know, for whom is this an identity that you want? You want to be like this in your business. And you believe it'll help you get to your 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a month. Let me see. Who says yes? Don't be chicken. Nobody's going to bite you. It's your life. If you're happy the way it is, fine. But somebody said today, we always think we have all the time in the world. And I'm here to tell you that the people that who dropped dead, they didn't expect to drop dead. Most people who died didn't expect to drop dead at that time. And we don't know what our next day is. So I'm here to tell you, if you want to make a dent, the best time is to say, I want to make a dent. I'm going to do it now, so that you don't die by mistake before you get there. Because you figured I got time. We really don't know how much time we've got. You don't know how much time you got. Okay, so you have to, so those of you who said yes, you would like to do it, to talk about doing this kind of an offer, talk to Vic, because we have several different options for this. And of course, we have mini programs. There are way smaller programs, that are smaller for this to get you started. But if this is what you want to do, I suggest you get with her so you can chat and see what the options are, right? Like I said, we have more than one option, but this is my favorite option because it's the one that's the most transformational. It makes you over. It takes off the old you and gives you a chance to put on the new you, like it says in the Bible. Instead of just, this try a little bit leaner, this and that. Plus, there's financing available. We have financing. We can help you with that if you want that kind of a change. Okay. Are you ready to go? Okay. So Margie, get connected with Vicky, and whether this program, if it sounds too big for you and is totally out of your range, check with her anyway and see if there might be some way we can help you if this is the approach you want to pursue. Okay. If not, then I hope you enjoyed it and had a wonderful time. I know we did. You want to text Vic? Vic, put your text in there if you haven't done it.
Oh, I've done it. It's there. And
oh, good. Yeah, go ahead.
Anybody that is said me, because several of you said you want to make a big change, there's the link there. If you will go inside chat and click that, starting with HTTPS. Andy, I know that you're there because we just spoke the other day. So maybe you click that for me and see if it opens. Just want to make sure.
Yep. So Andy and Margie, for you guys, Vic, did you put the link to this order page here?
Yep.
Okay.
Twice.
Would you guys that are interested in doing this with us, would you click the link and make sure it works? We had some activity on it today, so we just want to be sure that it works. Just click on the link and tell me, yeah, yep, it opens. That's what I
Yeah.
want. Okay, let's see. So Margie, click on it. Andy, click on it. I know you've
Mhm.
been chatting, some of you guys. And Marites, is that how you say that? Marites and Doy? I know you want to.
Mhm.
You want to, is that a boy or a girl? What name? What is that name, Marites? Did I say it right or did I totally murder your name? Marites. And Carl, come talk to Vic. Let's see if we can help you, buddy.
Yeah, Carl, I
So-
know you. Just give me a text.
Give him a text. Okay, does the link open? I want to be sure that it does. Did you guys say yes, it opens? Yeah, Rita, totally. Yep. Does
And
the
when's that
link
book coming
open?
out?
Somebody
When's that
click on
book
it.
coming out?
Is it coming up?
Yeah, Carl, you go ahead and text me. Who else has tested the link? I just want to make sure it's opening for the three of you at least that said, hey, that's me. I want that. I put it there again, just in case. Some of you may want to copy paste it and take it away with you.
Okay. Okay, Carl, click on that link, would you? Tell me if it opens.
Since you're there, I see you.
It's funny. Don't be afraid to click on the link. There's nothing going to happen.
Uh-uh.
Just click on it. See if it
Oh,
opens.
good. He
that's
did
all.
it. Thank you, Carl. It does open. That's all I wanted. And Margie,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
opens.
That's right.
That's
That's
awesome.
right. Yeah. Don't
Okay.
be afraid to click links. You got to do stuff. Yeah. If you want to make a dent in the universe, you're going to have to decide what problem you solve and who you help and how soon do you want it. Do you want to wait till you're 90 or, who knows? That's good. Yeah. I just want to know that it opens. Okay, cool. All right. I think we're good to go. I have, I always have a little story about the doomed fly, and the doomed fly is a little fly that, there's a story called U Squared by Ken Pritchett, and he says, I'm listening. He's at his cabin. He's taking a vacation. He says, I'm listening to the desperate sounds of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. And of course, it's the fly, right? It's on his cabin window. This one's on the car window. And he says the little fly is buzzing and buzzing and buzzing and buzzing and buzzing. And of course, we hear it buzz, 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 buzz. And he's trying harder and harder and harder. But is he ever going to get out of that and break out of that window? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? Is the fly going to make it? And then he says, I'm sitting there, and right on the other side of my chair, where my desk is, right in front of the window, where the fly's going, bzzz, there's an open door, and the fly doesn't go. Why doesn't the fly go out the door? And there's freedom right there. And humans we're very much like a fly. I know I certainly am in certain areas. I keep trying the same thing over and over, and it doesn't work. And I try it over and over, and it still doesn't work. And it's finally somebody says, here, Kim, there's another. Oh, and then you try it. The thing is with the fly ends up in the morning dead. And many of us end up dead. Because what does that mean? It means you quit the business. You doing the wrong thing and beating your head against the wall, doing the wrong thing so long that you figured, I can't do it. I can't keep it up. I don't want to do this anymore. Don't be the doomed fly. That's what I want to tell you. Don't be the doomed fly, You got it? You want to be the doomed fly? Oh my gosh. All right. So Margie and Carl and Andy, are you in contact with Vic? Vic, you're
Yep.
connected up with them, because then we'll call it a day.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to see you, and we'll see you next time. Are you good?
Thanks.
Do
Thank
you have a
you.
question? Okay, well, Rena, go ahead.
Oh, yes.
What's your question, girl? So ask the question. Go ahead. What you got? Okay. Rena, I guess you can text Vicky, or I can't. You have to post your question in here and see what it is.
There it is. How effective would using my art and poetry to capture attention. Not sure. the
Okay,
rest,
Rena,
but
here's a question you have to answer.
Yeah.
Did you decide, yes, I own a business? Because I know you're part of the dot business. Do you feel like, yes, you own a business? Yes or no? Rena, hop up, jump up, shout. Jump to it. Do you own a
She's for
business?
sure.
Yes or no? Okay.
Yes,
Number
Right.
2, do you know what problem you solve for whom? That is first. Figure out what problem do you solve for whom? Once that's clear, like in our case for that one, we have a certain, that's our focus. Our focus is people looking to get off the daily payments. Once you have that, then you can figure out what's the means. Could I write a song for it? Could I make a post for it? Can I call 100 people for it? The way that you reach out is the third thing on the list, not first. It's not, can I sing my way to freedom? Well, yeah, I guess you could. If you're really good, you get on Spotify. But first, if you're not an entertainer, first, if entertainment and art is not your primary business, and because if it is, you want to market that. And who wants your art? Well, somebody who's looking for art. So the first question any of you should ask is, okay, and am I a business owner? Yep. What does your business do? What problem does it solve for whom? And then how am I going to reach those people? And what do you bring to the table? If you have art, you can do it in art. If you have music, you can do it through music. If you learn how to write, you learn how to post, you learn how to call people. Does that make sense? That's the last thing that you do. Yep, start posting, learn how to post. Okay. Yeah, Rena, you might get in that little $400 class we have, the Position Network Marketer. That's a mini version of what I just talked to you about here. Okay. Okay, are we good? Any other questions?
And
Right
Margie,
here.
everything is always recorded. So it might be up tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah,
So
it'll take a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, but I'll reach out to you regardless.
Oh, hey, Leslie. All right, good. So we're good?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Thanks, Vic.